Good morning, everyone. Today, my topic is accelerating secure innovation using AI/ML strategies for the DevSecOps excellence. So before I begin, I would like to just give a little bit of background about me. My name is Pratik Thantharate, and I have over 13 plus years of IT experience working in human capital management and healthcare domains. And my key expertise is design and implementing automation test framework using different programming languages. And currently, I'm working as a principal software engineer in test with one of the leading HCM company based in Cincinnati, Ohio. And I'm also an active researcher in the field of DevOps, SaaS automation, AI/ML, and security. So I would super excited to be here. I would like to thank the conference organizer Barry and our great sponsors today, Flywheel and Fly.io, and amazing speakers today from different, diverse, interesting talks. So let's dive into my presentation. So here is a quote from the CTO, Matthias Meadow. He's from the Secure Code Warrior. Feel free to read the code, but I would like to mainly highlight two keywords that he pointed out about the problem statement. That is, like, devs are reluctant to prioritize the security. So as we know that, like, cyber attacks are increasing daily in this digital ecosystem landscape, which is keep on evolving every day. So the short-term solution is most of the organization, what they do is just to protect their web application, they go for the bug crowd, which is like they partner with the bug crowd and they just run a crowdsourced program, and their security specialists or researchers from the diverse background, they do a rigorous security testing, like penetration testing on the web app, and they just find the vulnerabilities in the application, and based on the security issue that they found, they get awarded with the bug bounty. So, but this is just a short-term solution, right? We need to look for the long-term solution, and in this quote, like Matthias provided a long-term solution of DevSecOps. So basically, in the further slide, I will discuss about how we can implement the DevSecOps strategy in the SDLC. So let's get started with this one, like DevSecOps and Agile development. So I think most of us here, like who belongs to IT field, they may be aware about like how DevOps work, right? Developers pushes a code in the source control, and CI server will take care of deploying that code to the targeted environment, and after that we just monitor, right? It's quite straightforward. But the thing is, like, how we can implement security in this complete process, and this is where we need a culture shift, and we need a shift left strategy where we can find these vulnerabilities in the earlier stage of the development, like by the time we begin the coding and designing phase, and we have to implement the security strategies in each step of the development. So security should not be an afterthought if we want to go with this DevSecOps strategy. So how we can implement it? Basically, today I'm just gonna discuss about these two key testing strategies that we have, which is like SAST, which is like a static application security testing, and the other one is DEST, which is dynamic application security testing. So I have extensively used check marks, which is like a SAST, which runs on your code base to find if we have any vulnerabilities in the code. or on the other hand, DEST is like works on an actual running application. So, and that application is just like maybe if you have it works just like a proxy, which has interpret between web server and the application. It kind of intercepts all the network calls which is going through the web application, and it's kind of do the scanning on the runtime and just detect like if the web application has any vulnerabilities or not. So one great example is Rapid7. So we have many other tools in this space, but for today's topic, today's discussion, I just picked up the Rapid7, which is like, I have used this tool, which is pretty easy to integrate and configuration setup is quite straightforward. It's just you need a plugin, which is like a AppSec plugin, and you just need a developer toolkit. And as you can see on the screen, like you get the macro recorder option. So what it does is basically you have to enter the web application URL, and as soon as you enter the URL and you log in, and whatever action that user will be doing, it is just kind of scanning that application in the background, and that application scanning will be consist of like two main scanning, which is like crawling and attacking. So what crawling is doing is basically it just fetch the URL and get all the data from the network calls, and attacking is just like auditing, which is it actually performs some action on the URL. For example, like if you log in as a user, and if suppose you're like filling up a form, entering your details in the field or selecting a drop-down list, it is kind of performing some action on that. So and in this testing, like you can actually put a special character, or you can do a cross-site scripting, or you try to break the system, and by any chance, like if system will return the response with the actual data that we have in the database, then that's where it reports a problem, that basically system should not allow the bad actor to return the data from the database. So, and this vulnerabilities will be displayed in the scanning report that we get. So this is one of the great and easy integration tool that we can utilize for doing this dynamic application testing, and it has a lot of cool inbuilt features as well. Like you can integrate your Swagger, which is like a documentation for all your API repository, and it has other integration as well. But how we can leverage all of this testing tools to implement in the DevSecOps? So the very first step is like we have to integrate these tools at early stage. Like we have to do a culture shift, and we have to make sure we have some tools in place which will run on your code base to scan your code repository to find the vulnerabilities, or like if you have we have to run the security scan automation on the CI server level as well, like whatever pipeline you have. If we want to make sure that doesn't have any vulnerable packages or updates that we are getting, so it should scan and report those. Of course, like we have to leverage some continuous monitoring tools. Like we have many tools in this space, but New Relic or AppDynamics are great tools that I worked with, and those tools, like you can integrate, like you can create a dashboard which will notify you, like if you see any issues in the logs, and like we can also configure the security orchestration, which is like there are many tools out there, like Workato is one of that, which kind of set up a workflow, like if any incident will occur in the logs, it will immediately notify the user, and it will also, whatever in the workflow, whatever the remedy or solution that you provide to fix that issue, it will run that script as well. So, we can think in that direction as well. And of course, like in this artificial intelligence and machine learning era, like we have to think out of box, like how we can use the capabilities of these technologies to, to prioritize this DevSecOps in the SDLC lifecycle, and how we can improve our decision making. So as you can see, like we have to implement the security like in the early stages itself before before it gets too late. So I think this is just the future state where you will see like what will be the positive results outcome that you will see after implementing the automated security testing, and once you have the streamlined DevSecOps process, and like once you know like how you can tackle or mitigate the vulnerabilities, and how you can the organization can release their software faster with the good qualities, and like to make sure it's bug free and security protected as well. So just to end this presentation, I have some recommendations that do's and don'ts. So I would suggest do start with the simple setup. Like you don't have to go like very complicated. You can just start by adopting this one step at a time. But you have to make sure that when whatever this culture shift that needs to be done, it has to be like collaboration between the developers, some security and operation teams to start. So these are the don'ts, and the don'ts are like you don't underestimate the value of automation tools that they provide capabilities. Like we should start utilizing that in our like early code and design and CI/CD pipeline, and after monitoring as well. And of course, like don't wait to implement the security practices. So that's all I got. Thank you.